So I'd like you all to meet the newest member of the FTFE family. This is Commander Riker. Everyone say hello. I would get him on stream live, but he's only 10 weeks old. He's a little baby, so he had to go to bed. But everyone say hello to Commander Riker. Please don't die from the cuteness.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE, and welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Elon Musk has done to Twitter. And I'm not speaking metaphorically. Twitter's gone. It's no more. If you log into Twitter, especially on desktop, you will find that Twitter is not a thing anymore. It has been replaced by X. Yeah, the letter X. I don't know why Elon is obsessed with the letter X. I wouldn't want to be named by him if I was one of his children. There is no more Twitter. And I was watching good old Charlie Moist Critical the other day, and he was raising some really good points. And Twitter is not only a social network, right, but it's generated its own lexicon, its own words, its own dictionary, its own vernacular, right? And you tweet, you retweet, so what do you do now? You X, you re-X, and also there's the problem with X being generally known as something else, X-rated, and when you type in X on your PC, you get a lot of things that that isn't a social network. So yeah, good job, Elon. Not really. Oh. Yeah, I did have the check mark on Twitter for a while, but I've cancelled that now because I don't really. I mean, do we go to Threads? Who knows? So before we get started, I wanted to quickly ask everyone's opinion on something. Would you like to have a stream going over the the recent alien stuff that's come out in the congressional hearing? Obviously, there's no evidence of any aliens, but there is someone that has what's the word I'm looking for? Authority. He's credible. He's military intelligence, and he's saying that there's aliens, and we've been reverse engineering their stuff. Do you want me to do a stream going over it, and we could have a chat together? Maybe. Does that sound fun? Yes. And what do you guys think? Is there any truth to this alien stuff? Who knows? Apparently that guy does. Is the guy crazy? Or is he being genuine? He did all that under oath saying that there's aliens and there's been reverse engineering of stuff. Who is credible speaking about aliens? Well, apparently an ex-military intelligence officer in the American military is the credible source. So what we're going to do tonight is go over to a Discord. A Discord that is usually full of flat earthers. So the average IQ of this Discord server is obviously very, very low. But why not punish myself, huh? I hope you all enjoy the show. Pray for my brain cells. Here we go.
Not even crackers?
I think you might be part
Good evening.
dwarf. You got that iron constitution going on.
Wait, what the fuck did I just walk into?
Everybody's here. Don't let them know. Hey, welcome FTFE. Welcome to the Medicinal Mass Media server. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, absolutely amazing. Just about to talk to some flat earthers, so I'm certainly not expecting a migraine of some kind in the near future.
Are we sure we've got the internet bill paid off this week? Or?
Well, I've fed the hamsters. I should not get any out of cheese errors.
Excuse.
Right, apparently the Discord is very loud, so I'm going to turn you guys down.
Can't handle us.
Well, I need to be able to hear you, so I'll turn you up in my ears, but down on the stream. Someone just say something for me?
Go.
That was perfect, thank you. So hello, Medicinal Mass Media. How the devil are we today?
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I know Johnny B had a question for you if he's still here.
Please. Johnny? And
Oh God, did he
say
pass
Johnny
out?
Bravo?
I think you left.
Well, while we're waiting for some Flerfs to pipe up, which, you know, it seems to be hard for them. I was just asking my chat what they thought about the recent alien stuff coming out of the congressional hearing, and what is everyone's thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about coming out of the congressional hearing. What'd they say?
Lots of words, not much info.
Yeah, lots of I worked with people that said alien stuff was happening. So it's an apparently credible source, an ex-military intelligence officer, that is coming out and saying to Congress under oath that there's an alien technology reverse engineering program, and we've been speaking to aliens for years.
The only thing that confuses me is him getting permission. Like, you know, I mean, that's just kind of a strange thing. I hope it's true, though. That'd be really cool to experience that.
It would be cool, and it did confuse me because, you know, obviously someone had to okay this, right? You know, you can't just go to Congress or whatever it is and be like, yeah, there's aliens, without someone going, yeah, you're allowed to do that. So, I mean, the whole...
It's just strange, right?
Yeah, the whole thing...
What are your thoughts on aliens, Craig?
I would love there to be aliens. I mean, yes, let's look at the universe. It's obvious we're not the only successful life form. The ingredients for life are so abundant throughout the universe that it's stupid to think we're the only sentient life in the universe. Have aliens ever come here? I don't know. If they have, they're using technology that isn't only advanced, but beyond our current comprehension. And if they're so advanced that they can travel the, you know, interstellar void, why do they then crash as soon as they fucking get here?
Yeah, that's always the main question.
What was that?
I agree with Craig, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, what would they even do with us? Like, we are so primitive. We are fighting each other. They would have nothing to do with us.
I mean, for me, right, if aliens were going to come here, like, it would be for one of two reasons. One, pure, you know, interest to find out what's going on, or two, because they need the resources. And in that case, we're probably just in the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems very simple for them to come over the ice wall and still crash, though. Like they still haven't figured it out, you know?
Maybe if it's from just beyond the ice wall, it's not actually ships. They've just got like massive slingshots.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know about that, but close. Trebuchets, there we go. Got to get scientific, Craig.
Yeah, a massive trebuchet. That definitely launched the UFOs. But it's interesting. It's interesting that, you know, this has gone to the government you know, and it's coming from what is apparently some kind of credible source. But obviously, you know what the flat earthers are instantly doing is they're going, "See, I told you, it's going to be a fake alien invasion."
Project Bluebeam.
Exactly.
All we need is to build a massive trebuchets to prove Project Bluebeam. That's actually pretty cheap and cool. I mean, we can afford it with NASA's, but I mean, I'm not going to talk about payroll and finances. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I'm not a part of the government.
We spent all of NASA's budget on. Well, I can't really talk about what, but you know, it's all gone. So.
Yeah.
So, any flat
it's all
earthers here? No. Wonderful. It's a shame. It's a shame that they all seem to run when I turn up.
I think there might be like one here. I think. I could be wrong. No, never mind. Hold on. Jesus Christ, there's not one flat earther here, is there?
Jesus Christ is here?
We have one flat earther and one concave earther, I think.
Oh, so one flat earther and someone pretending to be silly.
We actually got concave here, or as I call him, concave, right? No, that's not concave, is it? Algary, are you under a different name tonight? You want to chime in on
Manuel,
anything?
who was talking a bunch of smack in my stream earlier, but he's probably too scared to say anything.
We're just spectating tonight.
Yeah, it's like not even in a mood to poe tonight. Weird.
No. It's a shame. It's a shame that I appear to have scared off all the flat earthers, even the trolls at this point.
Not even one flat earther's got an argument to postulate.
Well, I mean, I was going to ask the flat earthers tonight to teach me flat earth. You know, because I'm constantly being told by flat earthers that I don't know the flat earth. And how can I debunk the flat earth when I don't know it? So I was hoping some flat earthers could come and teach me tonight. But,
well, when you teach a Glover about flat earth, he just becomes a Poe. So that's, you know, I mean, it's up to you.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely
not very interesting.
I'm definitely not a Poe. I would just like an actual flat earther to tell me the things that I'm getting wrong about flat earth.
Yeah.
But it's a shame.
Johnny is here.
Johnny's here?
Johnny's... Oh, wait a second.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Johnny. Here's Johnny.
Because you don't understand perspective, that's why you understand the flat earth.
A Dalek spoke then, apparently. Is it Johnny B?
Yeah, Johnny B. Go ahead and speak up. Johnny, you had a question about... What was it again?
I'm just telling you, I have the most knowledge of all of you fucking guys. I can tell you almost everything about everything.
You can tell me everything about everything.
Oh, you don't understand perspective, Craig. That's what seems to be the initial argument.
Let's let Johnny B go ahead and tell him everything he needs to know.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Johnny,
everything is about to be or not to be. That's the question. If you don't understand that, then you're absolutely out of the central.
I mean, sorry. Did you just turn a page and I missed it, or?
Oh, hi! I know you, guy. Okay, it's very funny. What's happening now?
Well, apparently you had a question for me.
No, I have a lot of questions.
Cool, ask them.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you not remember what you asked like 10 minutes ago, Johnny B?
It's getting fun now, okay?
So, go ahead, Johnny. Ask me the question.
I'm so fucking exciting now because the Fight the Flat Shirt is talking now. That is so fucking exciting. Because...
I appreciate the fanboy, but I believe you had a question. Would you like to?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My question is, how can you have a baseline over circular flat baseline.
Are we talking about celestial navigation, for instance?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the baseline is an imaginary line, not the surface of the Earth. So an imaginary line can definitely be straight. There's not an issue there.
Yeah, you can fantasy a lot of things. I can think I can fly also.
Again, did you just like maybe 3 or 4 pages were stuck together or something, and we missed a part of the conversation there? What?
Yeah,
I didn't understand this question either.
He
quoted an R. Kelly song there.
I said I can messenger, I can fly. That's absolutely true.
I mean, flying's easy. All you got to do is find a really tall building, jump off, and miss the ground. But you know that's not what we're talking about here.
No, with my only hands or whatsoever.
Right. So tell me about the baseline and describe to me what you think the issue is with having a straight, flat baseline on a globe Earth. Tell me what you think the problem is.
Okay, the problem is because you take a evolution angle to the sun, and I will assume it is a 50 degrees to the sun.
From what?
Has nothing to do with the altitude. It's just evolution angle, and you will never get this angle without a flat baseline. If you don't have a flat baseline, you cannot get evolution angle.
I mean, again, so, the flat baseline is an imaginary line, so yeah, I get an imaginary line.
Finished.
Okay, sorry, I apologize.
You have to shut the fuck up if I have.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
So then you have a TP, and TP gives you
TP?
also the TP.
TP, like toilet paper or like a wigwam or GP, is that what you're saying? Right, okay. Carry on.
Are you trying to make fun of me?
No.
Yeah, you're trying. You really are doing that. Okay. TP is the ground position from the point I am viewing to the TP is the point that I'm taking.
Those were definitely your words, yeah. All of them, every single one was definitely 100% a word.
Yeah, and then you also, around the TP is 360 degrees, and that is a 360 degrees that is circle of equal altitude.
Okay, yeah. You still haven't explained to me how this is an issue if the Earth is a globe.
Yeah, but it can be over 2,400 miles then of a circle of equal altitude. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That's it will never be possible if you're living on a space ball.
Well, we don't live on a space ball. We live on an oblate spheroid. But again, you still haven't described the issues with what you are explaining whilst living on a globe. For instance, I could use a sextant and take the angles between anything. I could see a basketball resting on a pillar, and I could take the. Hold on. This is the bit where I'm talking. This is the part where I'm talking, right? And I could sight my sextant at that basketball and something else, and take the angle between the basketball, the top of the basketball, and something else. Even though that basketball has a curved surface, the surface doesn't matter because the surface isn't the baseline. The baseline is an imaginary line from the sextant to whatever you are using to take the elevation angle from, usually the horizon.
Okay, what is your fucking nickname? Give me your fucking nickname.
Give me what?
Not the channel name. What's your nickname?
Sorry, what are you asking for?
Your nickname.
My nickname?
Nickname?
Nickname, yes.
You want... Sorry, you want my nickname? I mean, FTFE
real name? Or your real name? Can you give me
Craig
name?
McNeil. Most people know that as well.
Yeah, I know that. I just...
also known online as O'Malley's twin, or Cannonball 64 back in the day.
So I can call you Craig then. Okay.
No, that's reserved for people that have IQs above their shoe size.
Okay. Can I call you Craig?
No.
What's your fucking name?
My name's Craig. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You can't call me Craig, though. You're not allowed to call me Craig.
What's wrong with
Mr. McNeil, Sir, or FTFE. Those are your options.
Okay, Sir Craig.
No, just Sir.
Oh, just Sir.
Yes.
Are you happy then? Okay, Sir.
Yes.
Everybody in the house, I have to call him a Sir, because he's a fucking egocentric idiot and a psychopath.
And I appreciate you playing to my ego by calling me Sir. Thank you.
I'm just proving your egocentric personalities.
Yeah. You realise that I am a YouTuber, right? And it's kind of important to my job.
Yeah, but just proving where you came from. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's Mr. Sir Commander Captain Craig to you.
Can I call you Captain Craig then?
You can call me Captain Greg.
Captain Craig, okay.
No, Craig.
I will call you Captain Craig, so everybody will be happy and you also.
So anyway, so you still haven't explained the issue with a baseline on a globe Earth. Could you succinctly explain what you perceive the issue to be?
Yeah, but I don't think I am on fucking captain. If you think about it, because
Commander, get it right.
Because I have no knowledge how sextant works in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that, for instance, a sailor would know how a sextant works?
Yeah, but
yeah. Did you know? This is a fun fact, right? That I was a sailor in the Royal Navy. For many years.
Oh, really? Yeah. You told me that. That was very, very funny. I thought that you were just cleaning the dishes or something.
Well, my main job was boiling a massive kettle.
Yeah.
I was a nuclear engineer, and that's basically what we do.
No, you're just lying.
No, literally, I was a nuclear engineer, and the job of a nuclear engineer is literally to boil a massive kettle.
Okay, nobody believes that. You can say that, but
I mean, it was my job. It's what I did.
I believe it.
He's listed.
Oh, your friends.
You don't need to believe it. You can check it for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, the pictures that I've posted me receiving my nuclear engineering degree in the Navy kind of confirm it all. But But anyway. Yeah, so as a sailor, I'm pretty aware of how to use a sextant. So I know that it's not an issue. But you and Nathan Oakley and Quantum Erasure and other people that led as a child seem to think that there's some kind of problem with having an imaginary line from a sextant to a horizon. Could you just tell me what the problem is?
Yeah, the problem is that you never can get the angle, evaluation angle.
How not?
It's impossible because to get a right angle, a triangle, and 90 degrees.
So right angle triangle?
Over long distance,
Did you say right angle triangle, sorry? I thought we were talking about celestial navigation. Why are you talking about right angle triangles?
Because that is in the measurement of to get 90 degrees.
No, I mean, you definitely don't need a right angle triangle to measure 90 degrees.
Absolutely, that is the triangulation of.
Wait, no, 90 degrees isn't a triangulation. But hold on, let's before we go on, I just want to, do you know the difference between an angle and a triangle?
Yeah, do you understand that to make a 90 degrees you need triangle?
Sorry, please say that again.
You need a right angle to make triangle.
That's different to what you just said, but equally as dumb. Could you just try once more for me?
You need a triangle to make a triangle.
Again, that's different to what you just said,
There we go.
and even more dumb. So you've now said 3 different things about triangles that are. I mean, the third one was right. You definitely need a triangle to make a
I will
triangle.
make it full of yourself. You need to make a 90 degrees. Triangle is a 90 degrees. And if you don't understand that, then you're
Right,
just
let me ask you a
full
quick question. Can you have a 90-degree angle without a triangle?
of- No.
Oh my! You have to be a Poe.
What do you
What
say?
the hell is
What do
going
you say?
on?
You need 2 lines to make a 90 degrees, right?
Correct. Yeah, you need 2 lines. And how many lines are in a triangle?
It's a 3.
Right. Right. So again, I asked the question: can you have a 90-degree angle without a triangle? Yes or no?
Then it might be no, because you just need to.
Oh my god!
You can
This
lead
is
a horse
brilliant.
to water.
But you always have the line between that it will make it a triangle. So you are wrong about that. You have to,
Sorry,
you have
what
to
am I wrong about? Right, do me a favor. Hold your hand out in front of you and just make an L with your finger and your thumb, right? And have a look.
no.
Have a look at the angle. That it is.
We all agree. You're just trying to make something. You're making fool of yourself. Of course, you only need 2 lines to make a 90 degrees. Yes.
So you can have a 90-degree angle without a triangle. Yes.
Yeah, with 2 lines. Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. So, why did you talk about triangles when talking about celestial navigation? Because, and this is very important, there ain't no fucking triangles in celestial navigation.
Okay, I will tell you that if you can shut the fuck off your fucking mouth for 1 second.
I can absolutely shut the fuck off. I will do my best to shut the fuck off. Carry on.
But I have noticed that I have a lot of problems with that. So therefore, I'm telling you, I'm questioning you if you are able to do it.
Am I able to shut the fuck off? I will absolutely do my best to shut the fuck off.
Okay, that's fine. Then I will say.
I don't know what that means, but I mean, I'll try.
Can you? Really?
Can I'll do my best. Not sure what it means, but I'll do my
Are
absolute
you
best.
sure about Craig? Shut the fuck up.
I did not give you permission to call me Craig. It's Commodore to you. I just got permission.
I do what I want. I am not born yesterday, and I do what the fuck I want. So, okay, what I'm talking about is if you are 50 degrees line of sight degree, then that is it's a line. But what is the 2 line to it? It is 2 line that's 90 degrees. That is the flat baseline and the right line up. That is it. But what is the 3rd line? Yeah, that is the imaginary line. It's not imaginary. That is the line that you are aiming. That's the degrees, the 50 degrees that I'm aiming to, for example, to the sun.
What?
So now you understand. If you don't understand that, then you're just a boy that is maybe just a little bit stupid. If you don't understand.
I mean, you know, it's amazing because when I did my training to use a sextant, none of this was involved. So I must congratulate you for developing new methods for sextant celestial navigation. Just one question.
You cannot do that with me. You're just making fucking shit up. Listen to Johnny, and you will never
listen to Johnny. I love listening to Johnny Bravo. That's for sure. So, could you tell me what a co-altitude angle is?
Co-altitude.
Yeah.
Co-altitude to what?
And how do you get it?
To what?
I just wonder. It's part of celestial navigation, and I just didn't hear you mention it. So, how do you get your co-altitude angle?
That is not in you don't need that angle navigation.
You don't need your co-altitude angle in celestial navigation. Oh, so what do you times by 69.1?
Has nothing to do with it either.
Oh, right. So in celestial navigation, there's no co-altitude angles. There's no times in anything by 69.1 statute miles.
No. I can tell you exactly what you need to navigate. That is the question. What you need is you have to take the sun down with the mirrors if you are using sextant and let it kisses the fucking horizon. And you have to take the time, and then you can go to the almanac, and you know exactly where you are because it has been taken down every fucking moment through the fucking 100 years, through 100 years, 400 years, 600 years, has been documented. Right, all the fucking moment, and everything has been taken down to it. So you don't have to do so much. You can absolutely navigate because the sky is moving, not the fucking earth. That is absolutely, that is happening. And I will tell you, the earth is not moving. And it's the center of the universe. And also, I'm telling you...
The universe? There's a universe then?
Yeah. The world we are living in, the universe.
So, I mean, do you know what talking
to you like? Universe has nothing to do with heliocentric.
Oh, no. Okay, so hold on. I just want to. Do you know what talking to you is similar to watching a DVD with loads of scratches on? Like you get half the conversation and it skips around and there's random words and stuff and I'm trying to piece together what you said to me. What I got, and I just want to check if this is right, that to do celestial navigation, I have to use the mirrors to make the sun kiss the horizon. Is that right?
Oh, you didn't know that?
So yeah, I have to make the sun and the horizon kiss?
No, I'm talking about if you are using the instrument, then you use the mirror.
Guitar, piccolo, bass, viola. What kind of instrument are we talking about here?
In the same time, you let it wobbling, and you exactly there. Then you have to take the time because you need the time and the degrees to take it into the almanac, and then
to take it into the almanac based on the globe. Yeah, right. So let's talk this through. So I've got my sextant and I've aimed one bit at the horizon and the other bit at the sun, and I've adjusted it to bring them into line, you know, which is actually what you do, not what you said.
Why are you using this fucking tone?
So, wait, I'm still talking. I'm in the middle of saying something.
I am your teacher, and you're just...
Yeah, I know. So I'm reiterating what's happened, and I'd like to get the next part. So
you're my baby. You're
right. So we've done that. We've lined up the sun and the horizon, right? And we've measured what the angle is. Let's say we've measured 45 degrees, right, between the horizon and the sun. What do I do with that information? With that 45 degrees that I've measured, what do I do?
I hate 45. I'd say 50.
Okay, let's say I've measured 50 degrees. Now, what do I do with that data that I've gathered?
Yeah, okay. Then what will you do with it?
Yeah, what do I do with that 50 degrees that I've measured of separation between the horizon and the sun? What do I do now?
Okay. For example, if you are 50 degrees sighting of the sun, the sun above the horizon, above the horizon, of course.
What?
Yes.
I didn't hear what you said. Above the whole zone?
Horizon.
Horizon. Yeah, right. Yeah. So
okay, I am not speaking the right English.
Yeah. Okay, so we've done that. So we've measured between the horizon and the sun that there's a 50-degree separation. What do I do with that?
Okay, then you have to take That is right angle triangle, like I told you before.
With
And,
50 degrees, I've got to make a right angle triangle. How do I do
Yeah.
that?
Okay, I will tell you. Then you have to subtract it from 90.
After what, sorry?
You have to subtract from the 90.
So I subtract 50 from 90, and what does that give me?
That gives you 40.
Yeah, and that 40 degrees, what is that? What do we call that?
Okay, then you have to take this 40.
Yeah. One sec before we go on. I need to know exactly how this is working. So that we've subtracted the 50 from the 90, and we've got 40. That 40 degrees, what is that angle called?
Oh no. Then you have to make 40 times the 60 nautical miles because of
Yeah, the 69.1 statute miles or the 60 nautical miles. Yeah.
Yeah, not nautical miles. Yes.
Yeah, or 60 nautical miles is 69.1 statute miles.
Yeah, that will give you 2,400 nautical miles, right?
Sorry, it does what?
That will give you 2,400 nautical miles.
Yeah, so you still didn't answer my question, though. That 40 degrees, that angle, what is it called?
No. Now you don't understand.
You're my teacher. I need to know the answer to this question, teacher. That 40 degrees, we subtracted the 50 from the 90, and we got 40 degrees. What is the name of that angle?
Angle from... everything is taken from everything.
Do you need help with it? It's called the co-altitude angle. Okay, just there you go. No worries.
That of course it is taken from evaluation.
Yeah, what's it called? That 40 degrees. What's it called?
Okay, then you have 2,400 nautical miles away from the GP, and the GP is in the middle. And do you know what I call it? I call it circle of equal altitude.
Mm-hmm. And that works on a globe. You don't use triangles. You just use angles, not triangles. There's no triangles involved in celestial navigation.
So is something wrong with your ears or your brain? Because I said it was 2,400 nautical miles.
Yeah, and again, I don't know the issue with that.
Oh, it is not possible on a globe.
How not?
Because we are talking about the equal altitude.
So circle of equal altitude, 2,400 miles. What's the issue with that?
The cannot happen.
How not?
It has to be flat,
No, a circle of equal altitude. When you look in the manuals, it shows that in the middle of the circle of equal altitude, it's curved, which would only work on a globe. But there's no issue with having a circle of equal altitude on a globe.
Are you crying? Are you stupid? Do you have something that you not pee down you? Is something wrong with you?
Imagine a big ball, right? Imagine a big ball, and then imagine a hoop, right? That's smaller than that ball. What happens if you put that hoop onto that ball? Does it make a circle on that ball with a point in the middle?
Everybody is listening. You can play this fucking game. I say it's 2,400 miles of equal altitude.
Yeah, again, you haven't told me what the issue with that is on the globe.
Oh, how stupid can it be?
Johnny?
If you could explain.
Johnny, please don't interrupt him. You've interrupted him 4 times in the last 4 times he's tried to speak. And every time you've done so opening up with a gratuitous insult. If you want to be treated with respect yourself...
All right, we got it, bud. We got it.
You're talking with respect.
Tony, welcome to the channel as usual. I'm sorry to have you attacked like that.
Let them continue, please.
But hey.
Thank you, Tony.
Craig lost the debate. Johnny is the winner. And
we haven't had. I'm still asking. I'm still trying to learn. So you still haven't explained.
You're not able to answer simple questions. So
you still haven't explained what the issue is with having a circle of equal altitude of 2,400 miles on the globe. Could you explain that to me?
You don't understand. That's equal altitude.
Yeah, that means that there'd be a circle, and at every point on that circle, you'd be 2,400 miles away from the center of that circle.
Yeah,
that works on
you're not on a circle Earth. That is giving you the answer.
Yeah, you can put a circle onto a globe. There's no problem with that.
You're lost, Craig. You're out.
I'm just asking you what the issue is. Could you specifically describe the problem
Are
with putting a circle onto a globe?
You know, I heard you're stuttering.
No, I'm just asking you a question. You haven't told me the problem.
Yeah, but because you're crying and stuttering, I'm not able
I'm
to...
doing none of those things. I am calmly asking you questions which you are refusing to answer because, and let's be clear about this, you haven't the faintest fucking idea about celestial navigation. All you have is your Papa Flerf, Nathan Oakley, filling your head with nonsense. You have never touched a sextant in your life, and neither has any flat earther ever. Everything that you talked about was kind of correct with the method, but all of it works on a globe and is specifically designed to work on a globe. Mostly, the 60 nautical miles per degree does not work if the Earth is flat, because it will give conflicting positions for celestial objects. Do you understand this?
I understand that you are crying and you have lost your argument, and I have proved my case.
I've not done any of those things. I asked you a very serious question there. Do you understand that 60 nautical miles per... I don't know, my hamsters are dying or something. I know, there we go. Back.
Yeah, make more fool of you.
Right, okay, so...
They're swapping on wheels right now.
Yeah, they're struggling. Right, so, Johnny, this may involve a little bit of understanding basic mathematics, especially trigonometry. Okay?
It is not about that. You're just using...
Well, if you give me a chance to explain, right, we're talking specifically now about the issue with the 60 nautical miles per degree, okay? Mm-hmm. Which we've just come up with. Okay, so this is why that is a problem if the Earth is flat. For every degree you move away from your GP...
One degree for everybody.
Hold on, Johnny, give me a chance, right?
Johnny, do not interrupt him. You've been asked once, and I've made a point of pointing out what you were doing, and you still continue to do it. You still continue to interrupt him before he's even 2 sentences into his explanation. Just learn to listen before you answer.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Right, Johnny, so we all agree that for every 60 nautical miles or 69.1 statute miles, it's 1 degree, that we use for measurements, okay? Now, that means that if the Earth is flat, we can make right-angled triangles. For every 60 nautical miles we move away, the degree changes by 1, and we can make a right-angled triangle for every 60 miles. And if we've got a right-angled triangle, it means that we can do some trigonometry, because, we have what we need. We have the angle, we have the baseline, so we can calculate what the actual height above the
You're
GP...
not saying anything. You're just
Johnny, hold on, let me finish. So if we've got that data, we can actually calculate the height of the object above the GP. So if we're talking about Polaris...
No, you can't. No.
Johnny, hold on. If we're talking about Polaris, we know that it's 90 degrees above us at the North Pole. For every 60 nautical miles you move away, it drops by 1 degree. And that means that we can actually calculate the height of it. But if we do that, and we assume that the Earth is flat, what we get is a different height for every 60 miles we move away. Meaning that if the Earth is flat, Polaris has to be in multiple positions at the same time for observations that people make to make sense.
Okay, how can you prove that you are saying? I can tell you, everything that you are saying now is just BS.
Right. Have you done trigonometry? Do you know how to, if you've got the angle...
First
I was just asking a question, right? I'm not insulting you. I was just asking a question. Do you know how to do trigonometry? If you've got certain parts, say you've got the angle and you've got the baseline, would you know how to calculate another part of that triangle?
You're afraid to talk about you are bullshitting. And it has nothing to do with
Johnny, I was just asking a question, buddy.
It has nothing to do with it. You are just flying away.
Johnny, I'm just asking you a question, mate. I'm just asking you a simple question.
No. I have a question to you.
I mean, you didn't answer my question.
You know the distance to the Polaris.
Because we've got the baseline and we've got the angle. Therefore, we can calculate
now
what
you
the
have a
height is.
baseline. Oh,
Yes.
So you need a flat Earth. You need a flat Earth.
For this, we are assuming that the Earth is flat. For this conversation, Johnny, we are assuming that the Earth is flat.
You cannot get the distance because everything is apparent in that view. So you cannot use that.
Right.
So you don't have a principle understanding of how things is working in our world.
So
you're absolutely
right,
out.
Johnny, hold on. Okay, so again, we've got the data. We have the baseline, and we know the distance to that baseline. Right, we've got the baseline. We know the distance to that baseline because it's 60 nautical miles. It's 120 nautical miles, right? So we know the distance from where you are to the GP. That is your baseline, right? Then you've got the angle that you measure, okay? With those things, you can calculate.
Who did that? Who did that?
That's how
you did that.
We were literally just talking about how when you measure the angle.
It's me.
Right?
This fucking talking set.
I'm very confused. Right? Do you not understand the conversation we're having right now?
Rhetoric that is not working on me. That's just bullshit.
Right, Johnny. Maybe you need to listen. Right. So let's assume that the Earth is flat, okay? And we're underneath Polaris, where it's 90 degrees above us. We move 60 nautical miles away, and Polaris is now 89 degrees. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but you don't know the altitude of it.
Right, but we are 60 miles away from the GP of Polaris, right?
Yeah, okay. You
and we've got the angle to Polaris, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we've got the angle and we've got the distance to the GP, which is our baseline. If you've got those two things, would you know how to calculate another part of that triangle?
Yes.
Right. So in that case, that means that you understand that if you have the distance of the baseline and you have the angle, you would be able to calculate the altitude, which is the other part of the right angle triangle.
No.
Why not?
Because we are talking about the heaven's body. That is a apparent view.
But it's only apparent. Then why are we using it for measurements?
You can take angle to it, but you cannot.
So if you can take an angle to it, then it's not apparent, is it?
Altitude. Yeah, you maybe we can say it's a 4,000 miles or something. Yes, because of the triangle. But it is not true because that is a apparent view. Just like you are trying to triangle something in the distance to the horizon, it will never work.
Right. So is it an apparent angle or is it an actual angle?
It is actual angle. Yeah, it's actual angle to the view that has been calculated through the time, and we are learners to use it like that. Therefore, yes, you can.
So it's an actual angle to an actual position, right?
No.
So you just agreed that it's an actual angle. So we've got an actual angle and we've got an actual distance from the GP. Apply Sokotoa, boom, we've got the elevation of Polaris.
Yeah, elevation angle, yes.
No, actual elevation.
No, it's just an elevation angle.
So are you saying trigonometry doesn't work?
I'm not saying that it doesn't work.
Well, if it does work, then we've got the actual elevation of Polaris above the surface of the Earth. I could even give you the maths if you like.
Yeah, but it will never give you the exact altitude.
Well, no, you're right, because for every 60 miles we move away, we now get a different altitude of Polaris, which is a problem if the Earth is flat. But it works perfectly if the Earth is a globe, because if the Earth is a globe... hold on, I'm in the middle of talking, let me finish. If the Earth is a globe, for every 60 nautical miles, 1 degree makes it perfect sense because it means that the light is coming in parallel from a distant point in the sky. That works if the Earth is a globe.
That's a problem because the light is not going parallel.
Well,
you're
it is.
lying.
Well,
You're
it is.
lying.
We've shown that.
It's presbycular light that we are getting all over the place. So that's,
I mean,
you're
you can
lying.
say it's a lie, but it's not a lie. We've shown that the light coming from the sun is parallel. I've shown it with an experiment myself that one of my friends has done with a drone, showing that when you go up, even though that shadows from light would look like they're converging,
You're
as
lying.
you go up,
You're
they
lying.
actually...
You're lying.
I'm
Why are
not
you
lying. Would you like me to show
Johnny?
the video?
Johnny, please don't just yell in the middle of somebody else talking.
He was lying,
Please.
and I have to call him out.
I will post the video in the
I
chat
don't
if you like.
care if you obviously in this exchange both sides are going to be skeptical of what the other person is saying, but just like I'm going to jump on Craig, if Craig just yells at you and says that you're lying, I'm going to ask you to please don't, you can think that he's lying, obviously you do, otherwise you wouldn't be a flat earther, but please let him get out what he's saying.
Yeah, but it's
So to show that I'm not lying, I will now post in the chat a link to a video that shows that rays of sunlight are clearly parallel and not crepuscular like flat earthers would like to claim. This is experimental evidence of the thing that I have just said, so I would appreciate you not jumping to the conclusion of me being a liar simply because you don't understand it.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
you understand? You don't understand anything that I am talking about because you're uneducated and you're biased.
Sorry, did you just say I'm uneducated?
Yes, you are.
Well, my 2 bachelor's degrees would very much disagree with you.
Yeah, baby education that has nothing to do with the reality.
So a degree in physics and a degree in nuclear engineering, energy systems and fission technology has nothing to do with reality.
It has been proved that you are fucked up. All of you.
I could.
Can I ask a quick question?
Of
if I may.
Of who? Oh, it's Flerfs
You.
talking, so I assume you're asking me. Yes,
Hey,
please go
how
ahead.
you doing?
How are you doing?
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
fine.
I was enjoying myself. Had a nice birthday yesterday. Got a new puppy dog. Yeah, all good.
Happy birthday! Congrats on the pup. Yeah, nice. What did you lose a dog recently? Replacing?
No,
it?
we just decided we wanted a dog.
First time dog owner
Yeah,
or
first time dog owner. Yeah,
Nice.
so I'm in love
nice.
right now.
Wow. So yeah, a quick question would be 69 miles per degree. Is that according to a perfect sphere? And is the Earth a perfect sphere?
No.
Let me answer that question. Hold on, Johnny. That question was towards me. Johnny, hold on. That question was towards me. So the thing is, the 69.1 miles is kind of an average. It's not exactly 69.1 miles. It's slightly different. As you get towards the equator, it actually will increases slightly. Because the Earth is very slightly oblate. It's close enough that for practical applications, we can just say it's 69.1 miles per degree, but it does change very slightly for every degree of latitude exactly what it is. And that, when you map it out, matches what we would use with the Vicente formula, which takes into account the slight oblateness of the Earth.
Okay. Yeah, that was just my question because I don't know.
No
You're making it seem like it's an exact number.
No, I mean it's.
I'm pretty
with
sure in
celestial
your paradigm,
navigation.
it's not a.
No,
it's not
with
a
celestial
perfect
navigation, it's very close to being exact, but it is approximations. But like I said, for every degree, it's not exactly 60 nautical miles. It changes slightly for each degree of latitude, very, very slightly. But what matches the oblateness of the Earth that we claim.
Yeah, I just came in, so I don't want to drive the conversation because I don't know where it's going. But
I appreciate the question.
I will just say that I have to thank you very much. Welcome to Flat Earth, Greg, because you absolutely admit that the Earth is flat.
I mean, maybe you listen to a different conversation because I kind of just debunked the flat Earth using real world observations, and that you can either have an apparent position of the sun, an apparent angle that isn't the actual angle and we can't actually use, or we can have an actual angle that we can use for measurements. So
I was not talking about that.
You can't just say, it's the angle, but it's just an apparent position, because otherwise, we can't use the angle, because the angle
I'm pretty sure, FTFE, that even in your model, it is an apparent position.
This is the point, right? All of the one of the big things that
the globe.
So one of the big things that that was missed.
Gentlemen.
Sorry.
Let's speak one at a time, okay?
So one of the big things that. Sorry, Tony. I apologize.
That's okay. No, go on.
Yeah. So one of the big things that was missed in the whole conversation between me and Johnny is the fact that there is refraction adjustments applied to the observations that you take. And the refraction adjustments are based on a globe, or all of the adjustments are taken into account the Earth is a globe. Not only that, but you apply a dip correction, which Johnny didn't talk about. And when you map out the dip correction, you find that it gives us a curve that matches the arc of the curve of the Earth. When you are looking straight up at celestial objects, however, there is minimal refraction. There's much more refraction when you're looking towards the horizon, which is why you apply refraction adjustments to that. But when you're looking up at celestial objects, there is much less refraction going straight up. So
can you give me the name of the fraction that you're talking about?
Can I give the name of the what? Sorry.
Something that's in the long distance, and we can see things. We can see too far.
Oh, you're talking about something with a positive coefficient of refraction.
Okay, what is the name of the fraction that you're talking about?
It's
able to let everything go up, and you can see things behind the curve.
Yeah. So as I just said, if you're seeing too far, then it's got a positive coefficient of refraction.
Okay, what is the name of the fucking fraction you're talking
about? I just told you.
I think.
No, you never told me.
I think that the word he wants you to say is mirage.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's the word that he likes to use, but it's not really one that I would use.
Okay. I'm just wondering what are you talking about? What is the name of the fraction you're?
Yeah, the positive coefficient of refraction. That's what I would call it.
What is the fucking name? So you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're just saying things without any specification.
It's refraction. It's specifically refraction with a positive coefficient that allows you to see further than you would assume.
Okay, that's just a word. You are not specific.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say looming? Do you want me to say sinking? Do you want me to say thermal inversion? Do you want me to say any of the vernacular that's used around refraction? It
so
doesn't
you
matter.
know more names. You know more names than what?
I know that there's some kind of like basic names that flat earthers like to apply that's a refraction, but doesn't really apply to all of the effects.
No, that's you that's talking about it. It's not flat earth. It's you that's putting it out. So I'm just curious what the fuck you're talking about. What is the name of the fraction you're talking about?
I mean, I haven't talked about any specific type of refraction, so I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Oh, so you don't know what you're talking about then?
Well, no, I haven't mentioned any specific type of refraction. I've just mentioned refraction. I haven't mentioned any specific type of refraction. I haven't mentioned an observation. Hold on, Johnny. I haven't mentioned an observation and it being further away or closer to than you would expect. I haven't talked about a specific type of refraction. I've just said that you make adjustments for refraction when you take the measurements. That's all.
Okay. My question is very simple. If it's something that's so far away and you can see it and say, it will break the radius of 3959, that it has to be. Yeah. If it is not 3959, everything will fall and your fucking model will fall down. So it has to be 3959. Do you understand?
If you ignore refraction, then that's what you would see. Yeah, but refraction is a thing. So.
And if you see things, what is the fraction? Name of the fraction?
It would be a positive coefficient of refraction.
What is the name of the fraction?
I just told you.
No, I didn't hear.
I said, right, are you listening? I want to make sure you're ready.
I'm listening now. I'm open yes. No, I'm open yes.
it would be a positive coefficient of refraction.
That's not the reality. That's just a make up fucking shit.
Oh, that's not a thing. Oh, wow. Who knew? Apparently that's not a thing, guys. It's amazing.
Well, it's kind of
I'm
vague.
just saying,
What are you talking about?
you're
The
just
index of refraction? What are you talking about when you say
I'm
positive
talking-
coefficient? Are you talking about the index?
I'm talking about the fact that
honestly,
it is... Yeah. So
go ahead.
It explains that the refraction is bending in such a certain way that allows you to see further than you would, due to the fact that the refraction is happening with the particular lapse rate, and it causes a positive coefficient of refraction, allowing you to see further than you would expect.
On a globe, correct?
Yeah, because refraction is a thing. So whenever a flat earther like, Johnny here just says, "Oh, it should be 3959, but we can see further." Well, yeah, that's because refraction's a thing. I mean,
yeah, but he was asking about because refraction, like you said, you narrowed it down to one kind of refraction. That's what he was asking for. Right?
Yeah, and I told him it several times, and he just kept asking it again and again.
I was just trying to get a clarification of what you mean by coefficient.
The word he wants me to say is looming refraction, because that would be the particular vernacular that's used in this conversation. Although that's not a technically accurate description of what's happening, it's just kind of a layman's explanation to say that the way it's looming up. So
kind of
I mean,
the
so
way
if
you're
he wants me
framing
to
it
say
is like
looming,
it's like flat earthers came up with these terms when in actuality it is the globe side that have these terms down.
Not really.
To naming it. It's not flat earthers who named.
It's just a
the
common
types of
term.
refraction.
Yeah,
It's just
it's just a common term, but flat earthers have taken that as gospel. So those terms, they're just kind of inaccurate general terms for what we see. But flat earthers have taken. Right, hold on, let me finish.
I would agree with you. Sorry, go ahead.
Flat earthers have taken those basic descriptions and started using them as gospel. And if you can't tell me what exact type of refraction it is using those words, then you don't know what you're talking about. But that's just kind of layman vernacular. It's not the actual way you would describe it. And so that's why
an academic term,
Yeah. So that's why I said to him it's a positive coefficient of refraction, which would allow you to see further.
Positive coefficient of refraction is not a term. It doesn't exist.
It does.
That's why
it absolutely
it's an
exists.
academic term.
Yes,
it's an academic term.
I mean, if you just Google positive coefficient of refraction,
I don't need to Google it. I mean, it depends on the context, right? What are you talking about when you're talking about? That's why I asked you. Is this the index of refraction?
Yeah,
that you're referring to, or
the coefficient is talking about the
because
gradient.
That would make sense to me.
So it's talking about the gradient and the way that the gradient and the density and the temperature is making the light bend, right? Index is like a single change of refraction, right? So from one medium to another, just that one little change, that's the index of refraction. But we're talking about a gradient. That's why you've got your coefficient, because the way the gradient is happening, and it's allowing you to see further. I mean, I don't know how much more simply I could, the best way, if you want to know.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
So that's the answer to it. So he kept asking me the same question, and I would give the same answer. There is no other answer. If he wants me to break it down into layman's terms more and more and more, then it just gets more and more inaccurate with the thing that we're talking about, and it becomes pointless.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think we like me and you. When I say we, I don't want to get anyone else into the conversation, like globe earther, flat earther. When you talk about refraction, I have a completely different understanding, and when it comes to index of refraction, like you said, is kind of how do you say, binary in a sense, rather than a gradient.
Yeah, it just describes like the one change. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and that's how I see refraction. I mean, you have a way of explaining it in a gradient.
Well, yeah, because we live in a gradient of atmosphere.
I don't see any credence to that idea. All I think is just a mathematical formula that has no credence or roots in actual scientific terms or in any experimental data.
Well, I mean, it is scientific terms, and more importantly, we do live in a gradient. So it has to be applied to a gradient when we're talking about refraction allowing us to see too far on Earth, because we're always seeing through a gradient.
No, yeah, I agree with you. That's the way you need to explain it, right?
Well, no, it's just the way that it is. It's not just the way I need to explain it. It's the way that it is. There is a gradient. This is factual.
You can say that. That's fine.
Hold on. Do you disagree? Please, let me just clarify. Do you disagree that there is a gradient in the atmosphere?
No, I don't. That's not where I disagree.
Well, then the light that we are seeing is going through a gradient.
That's fine, but that has nothing to do with refraction.
Well, absolutely does. That's what causes refraction.
Right. No. It would be important, Flat Earth Egypt, if you acknowledge
the change
the fact
in density as you go up is what causes the diffraction itself. It's what creates the gradient in the first place.
I would like to mention Flat Earth Egypt. If you could, on your own time, look into gradient index optics. The reason why that they apply the math in this particular way is because, as gradient index optics shows you, that actually happens in reality. Anytime you have a gradient of index of refraction, light will change direction through it. Okay?
All right, I want to thank you for that input, but can the Globers try and refrain from interjecting until maybe near the end?
All right, I'll shut up. Wait, not me? Okay.
Well, you're not a Glober?
No, he just plays one on TV.
Yeah. But no, I'm not a Glober. I'm just a human that lives on Earth, and Earth happens to be a globe.
Oh, aren't we all?
Yes. I mean, I'm not entirely sure if all flat earthers are human, if I'm completely honest. Have you met Demo?
Good one. Good one.
Or Daniel Pratt? I mean, that is definitely not human.
Well, I mean, classifications, right?
Yeah.
To me, they don't mean shit.
Yeah, it's just so arbitrary and neat to put things into little categories that they weren't exactly built into.
Constructs. I'm not into constructs.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't prove anything. I can reference. I mean, they work, communicate and all, but I would never use a construct as proof. But, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't use a construct as proof either.
No,
I mean,
you wouldn't. I think you do. A lot of the times you do.
No, I don't use anything as proof. So I mean, if I was
the fact that you use the word or the term mathematical proof.
Well, because proof lives in mathematics. That's just how science works. Well, it does. That's where proof comes from, is in the mathematics.
That's literally where proof exists.
Yeah, and either that or in alcohol and baking. There's also proof there.
I cornered you before FTFE. I proved to you that math.
Well, no, you didn't. What you did was you lied. What you did was you lied about how much was in your bank. That's not proving that maths can lie. That's a different thing.
That's exactly what I did.
No. What you did was you just lied about something and then applied mathematics to it. You didn't show that mathematics can lie. That's not the same thing.
Mathematics, 2 + 2 will always equal 4. That's
incorrect. 2 + 2 will not always equal 4. Depends on which system you are using. In binary, in standards, it will. But if you used other things like hexadecimal or something, it's not always going to be 4. However, maths does not lie. But it cannot lie.
I never said math lies.
That was your point last time. So
no,
you did.
No, you're straw manning me, and you straw man me.
You literally said I can show you that math lies.
Can I just finish my sentence?
Right.
Yep, sorry.
You're interrupting him. Let him complete what he's saying.
I am.
Yeah, because I actually couldn't defend myself that time because I did have to go. I actually, whatever the fuck. But yeah, you're straw manning my argument. All I did was show you that the math can work. It does but it does not represent what happens in reality.
If you lie about what you're using the math. Oh, sorry, I thought you'd finished. Sorry, you still got it. I thought you'd finished.
No.
What you're saying is true only if you lie about the circumstances. If you tell the truth about the circumstances, then the maths can't lie. So it's not the maths lying or showing anything wrong. It's you being a liar, and not the maths. There's a difference there.
No,
yes.
Actually, you could also tell the truth and the math can work. Sorry, you can be lying, and the math. See, you don't have a ground to stand. I could be telling the truth, right? Are you saying when you tell the truth, the math has to work out?
Yeah, if you tell
Is
the
that what you're
truth,
saying?
if you tell the truth and give the correct numbers, then the math will work. If you lie, then the math will represent your
the math
lie.
will not. Yeah, the math will represent that it's a lie. But
if
that's
you,
what I showed you.
if you
I showed
lie,
you.
if you lie, yes. If you lie and say, I've got £5,000 in my account and I'm getting another £5,000, and both those things are a lie, it doesn't matter if the 5,000 add the 5,000 makes 10,000. You've still lied. It's just something you're lying about and then applying mathematics. Hold on, I'm still talking. Right? The maths of 5,000 add 5,000 equals 10,000. That's because you have lied about having those two lots of 5,000s. However, if it is real and you actually have two lots of 5,000s and it's not a lie, then the maths will represent that because it will represent reality as long as you have actually made it represent. Hold on.
Does the math prove it?
I'm still talking.
That was my point. But
yeah, I'm still
you're
talking.
Not addressing it.
I'm still talking.
You are.
What I'm saying.
I'm still trying to get my point out.
Go ahead.
Right. Thank you. Right. So, the maths works if you tell the truth. If you give the correct data, the maths will always represent reality. If you lie, then the maths will only represent your lie. That is not the same as the maths lying.
Yeah, but does the math work in both situations? That was my point. Does it work? Does 5,000 plus 5,000 equal 10,000?
Yeah, but that's irrelevant to whether it represents reality. It's irrelevant.
So how can you use math as proof if 5,000 plus 5,000 is always 10,000, but it could be a lie?
Because you get the data from something that isn't a lie, right? If you get data from an experiment, right, and the data you get from the experiment is X plus X, then that represents reality. If you get data, hold on, I'm still talking. That was the proof. Right? That is mathematical proof of the experiment, right? But if you take the experiment and you lie about the data, then it's not going to represent reality. But the mathematical proof of the experiment is when you take the data and you do the maths and show what it shows. That is mathematical proof.
No, that's not what mathematical proof is.
That's exactly
what
it is.
That shows 5,000 plus 5,000 is 10,000. That's a mathematical.
You're absolutely wrong. Mathematical proof is when you take like data from an experiment and do the maths. That's why we say in science the proof is in the maths, because you take your data from your experiment or whatever and you do maths as the proof. It's the mathematical proof of what you are doing. Mathematical proof isn't just saying 5,000 and 5,000 and 10,000. That's not mathematical proof. You are misusing that term.
It's just, well, what I'm saying is that in both situations the math will work out, correct? That's my argument. In a situation where someone is lying or is representing the truth, both situations would have the same exact mathematical result.
No, because one is based on reality and the other is not. So one is mathematical proof and the other is just, here's a lie. They're different things. You don't understand here that you are fundamentally misusing the term mathematical proof. Mathematical proof hold on. Mathematical proof is not 1 add 1 equals 2, 2 add 2 equals 4. That's just doing maths. Mathematical proof is when you use math to show that a theorem is correct. You take all the data.
You're incorrect because I'm
literally in the middle of talking. I'm literally in the middle of talking. All right. So it's when you take all your data and you do maths around that data to show that your theory that you originally had, your hypothesis that you originally had, is correct. You do the maths around that. Mathematical proof is not just adding stuff together. Don't tell me I'm wrong. No. I'm the one that knows about this.
You're not wrong. Okay.
Don't tell me I'm wrong then, because you've done it several times.
No. See, all it has to be logically sound for it to be a mathematical.
No,
it has nothing
It's
to do
not
with.
about it being logically sound. Can you guys hear my voice first of all? Just making sure.
Yep, we hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can,
yeah.
Ray, but
So
I do want the
this line-
Glovers to. No, hold on, Ray. I do want the Glovers to wait until the end. This is Craig still. Sorry.
This isn't the globe thing, though. I just
Please,
want to help
it's
them understand
FTFE
just a little
show.
bit.
I never claimed it was. I mean, I don't know who you're helping.
Yeah, but as
Well,
long as
the Flat Earth was just in the middle of starting to say something.
Right, I
And he
apologise.
got cut off by an,
Sure.
by an interruption, so let's let him continue.
Yeah, go ahead, Flerfs.
Yeah,
Japs.
I don't know if I'm no expert, but my understanding of like mathematical proof is just the math behind a logical argument. It's nothing more. If your argument is logically sound and the math works out, that is considered a mathematical proof. So in my example of me lying about how much I have in my bank account, it's still a logical argument that has mathematical proof. I don't know how you it has nothing to do with truth or lies. Mathematical proofs don't take into account truth or lies. I mean,
Can I just clarify on that point? You're as somebody who has formal training as a mathematician, you're actually incorrect. What you're talking about is a logically valid proof where the truth or falseness of the various logical statements is irrelevant. In a mathematical proof, you cannot use a false statement as a basis from which to start, unless you're attempting proof by contradiction. So what you're saying there applies in the realms of logic, not in mathematical construct.
Isn't it right, Tony, that for it to be mathematical proof, it has to be able to go back to the self-evident axioms, like the accepted rules?
Can I just ask a question to the person? I'm sorry, I missed who spoke there. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do truth and lies come into mathematical proofs? The way
So they come-
FTFE just framed it. How do you?
So in mathematical terms, you start with an axiomatic set, which will be incomplete. There'll be things you can't prove from it, but these are statements that you accept as being true, and you move from there. For instance, the statement that a single logical statement cannot be both true and the law of excluded middle. That would be one of the axioms.
Yeah, that's logic, correct?
Yes,
you said logic has nothing to do with
logic.
it.
No, I'm saying that that's not what I said. That's a mischaracterization of what I said.
Because that's what I said exactly. I said it has to be logical, and you said what I said in other terms.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What I said was that you're talking about formal logic. In mathematics, all of the statements that go in must be true. So it's not just a matter of considering a statement P, and that statement P can be false, and see what we can conclude from it. You cannot do that in a mathematical proof. You cannot just say, if all. Let's assume that all.
I agree.
Groups are abelian.
I understand now what you're saying, and I would agree. Yeah. You need axiom.
Yeah,
no,
so,
I get it.
So the main thing is like if you think of let me just
Craig.
Sorry,
Craig. I think Flat Earth deserves the opportunity to say stuff. Okay.
I'm just gonna say something real quick. The way Craig is representing it is that flat Earth is false and globe Earth is true in the sense of mathematical. So I mean, it's just a matter of perspective. Who finds axioms in their worldview? Basically,
axioms are like factually true statements, But so to just clarify this whole argument, there's a difference between just mathematical principles and a mathematical proof. The proof has to lie in something that actually has axioms as its basis, rather than just saying I've got £5,000 and I'm getting £5,000 more, so I'll have £10,000. That's just applying maths to something, and it doesn't have any kind of truth or anything as its base, so it couldn't be considered a mathematical proof. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, and I'll concede on that.
Okay, cool. Wow. Hold on. That may be the first time a flat earther's ever said to me that I concede, and
I mean, that's the third
very
time
much,
you've
I
told
very
that to
much
me.
appreciate it. I very much appreciate. I just want
I
to be
will
genuine
always
for a
concede,
second.
man.
I want to be genuine
Yeah.
for a second. I have had well over 800 debates with flat earthers, and this is the first time that a flat earther has straight out said I concede, and I very much appreciate that intellectual honesty.
No problem. I will always concede where I'm wrong. That's
Cool.
how I roll. And this is I think the second time told that to me personally. So yeah, thumbs up.
Maybe I didn't explain it as well last time. Because it is.
I feel you.
I see your point. How it can seem like, oh well, if it logically makes sense, but it's just the formalization of the language in science is the issue sometimes.
Yeah, devil's in the details.
Yeah, that was an
Right.
interesting conversation, and I appreciate that. Have you got anything else that you'd like to ask questions about, or any evidence that you would like to bring up that we can discuss?
Not at the moment, but yeah, if something comes up, chime in.
Yeah, I mean, I would really, these debates, they kind of turn into a bunch of people shouting at each other just because of the nature of what it is on Discord, right? But I would very much like to have some more kind of one-on-one debates where we maybe stick to specific points and stuff, and Tony can maybe moderate to tell me to shut the fuck up when I overtalk, because I think Tony is just kind of Tony's sitting on my shoulder here. There's like an angel Tony. He's in my ear going, "Shut the fuck up, you knob!" every now and then.
Well, I tend to. I feel I interfere too often and too long, so I'm trying to cut back.
Well, even if that is the case anywhere, obviously you're very experienced in what you say and you want to get your knowledge out. I do appreciate you railing me back in when I need it. It's very, very helpful in these conversations. I mean, your expertise
I just
is
want
always
to
appreciated.
make sure because the names don't show up for me. Is it Egypt you were talking to? I just want to
Yeah, it's Flat Earth Egypt. Yeah.
confirm that because the names don't show up for me. Are you really from
Flat
Asia?
Earth- Yep. Born and raised. Well,
It
actually,
cannot be.
I've been around, but yeah. I'm currently in
لو
my home
تتكلم عربي
country.
ممكن يسهل علينا communication.
أتكلم عربي يا حبيبي، ازيك؟ انت منين؟
Yes, nice.
Which language was that?
تشرفنا. Nice to meet you,
Arabic.
man.
Oh,
It's
Salam
Arabic.
alaikum, كيف حالك?
وعليكم السلام.
That's all I can
Alaikum
remember. When I was in the Royal Navy, training at HMS Sultan, we actually had the Navy of Omar would come and train where we were.
Oman, you mean?
Oman, yes, sorry. There was someone there called Omar, and it was in my head then. Yeah, the Oman
Yeah.
Navy would come. In fact, there was a bunch of them that were called Omar, and so many of them had the surname Mohammed. It was really difficult.
That's my first name. Most common name in the world.
It is the most common
Nobody
name.
calls you, but nobody calls you by it. You're
I
always
mean, if you
called
want to
by
be
your
anonymous,
surname.
just call yourself Mohammed Smith. No one will ever find you.
Exactly.
Right. Well, actually, this has been a really good conversation. I do appreciate it. I think for tonight, I'm probably going to leave it here because in about half an hour, my very good friend and colleague and NASA payroll partner, MC Toon, is going to be having the second part of his conversation with Jerenism, Jeren Campanella, which, if you didn't see the first part of the conversation, was very interesting and non-dumpster fiery. Even though Jeren is, a big leader in this flat Earth community and stuff, conversations with him have actually been pretty easy, and I've got one coming up soon. But if you want to see the second part of MC Toon's discussion with Jeren, then that will be on MC2 Live in about 35 minutes. So I am gonna.
Hey,
Yep. Before.
There's no way that guy. I was wondering. Hold on a second. I was wondering, Cole, can you hit your unmute button? He's got something an accent to say.
There's no way that Jaren doesn't know that the Earth is a globe by now.
Right.
Oh, all right. Well, it looks like Coal Miner Man isn't going to get to it. Oh, here he goes.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey,
He's experimenting.
Greg,
Hello.
can you hear me?
I can.
I was just going to remind you and remind all your gang there on there that next weekend we are having our Great Kerbal Race, and we basically got a card in the description there in our Discord explaining it.
Awesome.
But it's a, like I said before, a $50 gift card. I've already got the gift cards. $20 Amazon card. I've already got that. You just show up, post your time, or do the race, post your time, and finish. And whoever has the best time basically gets the money. We'll try to make it a good time. So
sounds good.
Thank you, Coal Miner Man. Another thing we wanted to announce is we have a debate over at the Asylum between Dogs Are Gods and who is the other one? Oh, that's right, Jim Waterworld. So you can check out our partner servers in our channels.
Demonstrate if you can get Waterworld to debate me, then that'll be fun. Because
I might be able to.
He's ran from me so many times. I just want to respond to one thing before I end, and that is what someone just said about Jeranism knowing the Earth's a globe. Now, that's an assumption that I made, and that's an assumption that MC2 made. But after speaking with him privately for a couple of months now, right, I can safely, confidently say that he 100% thinks that the Earth is flat. Even though he saw the ISS, and even though he had that experiment that apparently showed the curvature of the Earth, he is absolutely convinced that the Earth is flat and we're being lied to.
Well, that is the ultimate level of
It's not
denial.
curving down. He's correct on that.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate level of denial.
It's not denial. It's the ultimate level of knowing what's really true. Is it's not curving down.
I mean, it definitely is, but you know.
Hey, Craig. He was. Hey, Craig. Just real quick. He was really. They were not just him. They were really misrepresented though in that documentary. I will say that I watched it, and when you talk to the guys who were there and who did it, like they said, there's a lot of footage they didn't show, and they didn't show all their different measurements. So I don't know. I think that was kind of like a hit piece.
There's a possibility.
Regardless of that, though, he filmed. Regardless of that, he filmed the ISS transiting the moon.
But what APOC is saying, there is a possibility that with Jaren's part in Behind the Curve, there was some dodgy editing, making Jaren apparently say things that were not in the context that they actually were. But with Bob Nadell's side, with Bob Nadell's side, I've personally seen all of the footage that I spoke to one of the editors of it, and not much was left out from what Bob said, and everything Bob said, including the whole, if this is let out now, we're in trouble. It was all straight up Bob admitting that it measured rotation. But with Jaren, the way that it seems is when he said, interesting, is when the light was raised up. What the experiment didn't show that there was actually like extra holes, and when the light was raised up, it came in the middle, which the conclusion would have been neither flat nor curved.
Craig, you're not honest now. You know.
Hold on. I'm actually backing up Jeranism here a little bit. I'm actually backing up Jeranism a little bit here. So hold on, Johnny. Hold on. Right?
Johnny, I have asked you many times not to interrupt people, and particularly not to interrupt people just to abuse them.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
So I would say one last thing. It's because of the how big he is, and he's making money off it. So I mean,
he
no
does.
way he's gonna
I don't think he could ever admit that the Earth is a globe, but after personally speaking to him, he is genuinely someone that mistrusts everybody, and he really does think that the Earth is a globe. To be slightly fair to him, the editing that showed him saying interesting was slightly taken out of context.
I believe that.
make
In
a-
all shows,
may I make a-
there's always left out footage, and it's editing. You could tell there was a cut, right before.
I'm gonna
May
go.
I-
I'm gonna go
No, I
deep
see it.
into it with him. I'm gonna go deep into it with him on August 10th. He'll be in the asylum for an interview, and I'm gonna go deep because I think that is a huge controversy. As old as it is, it's still lingering even amongst the Discord servers. So I am gonna ask him about it.
And it's
Well,
never
may
going to
I-
stop being funny.
May I say something? Flat earthers, I think, often feel persecuted and they feel attacked. And this sort of thing, where their words are distorted and misrepresented, I think only feeds into that narrative and makes them more distrustful of what's going on. And so I think that we need to let flat earthers know that it's safe to express what they want to express. Without being attacked, without being hostile to them, so that we can actually have constructive discussions. If we can't do that, if we can't have constructive discussions, then nothing's going to get done. And we need to sort of let them know we're not going to attack people. We're not going to misrepresent. We're here to be fair to them. I think we need to let them know that.
Feeling is mutual, I would say.
Yeah, and at the Medicinal Mass Media server here, we do have pretty in-depth conversations. It's not just flat, but a lot of the time we are talking with flat earthers, and we'll talk about just damn near anything. But let's stop by if you want to have a conversation.
As long as it's a two-way conversation, I say it's constructive.
Can I say something to the end, to the Creek, because we have the debate?
Commander
Can I
Craig,
talk?
yep.
Put the cherry on top, Johnny.
Okay, I would just say every time I will say something and I really want to go for it, I was muted all the time.
It's because you kept interrupting me.
No, it's because you're a fucking favor. Somehow.
I don't think it's because they wanted to move on from you to talk to Flat Earth Egypt, to be honest.
Plus,
I will
Fable's
also
a great
say-
game. Fable was one of the
I'm
best
not-
games on original Xbox.
Okay, everybody can talk over me, but I cannot say anything over any.
There you go. You've got it. Well done.
Thanks to Johnny for starting it off. We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
There were no
but-
flat earthers when he was the first.
Yeah, I do appreciate the conversation, Johnny, but I'm going to get out of here tonight. I'm going to read out my super chats and stuff. I appreciate the conversation, and I should be back in here on Monday if everything's good and my hamsters haven't died that are powering my internet. Don't forget to check out MC Toon in half an hour on MC Toon Live for this second part of discussion with Jeranism. That should be a lot of fun. And thank you very much, Demonstride, and thank you very much, PhD Tony, for reining me in. That is always needed.
But I will say just in the end, you lost.
Yeah, I've just done the ending. You don't need to say anything.
And also, I will come.
Yeah,
I will
bye.
come.
Oh, you got to have the last word, doesn't he? Jesus Christ, 62 new members. That's pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. What a lot of fun. Tomorrow I'm going to be back for a stream in the asylum because apparently I fucking hate myself, you know? I don't know why. And then on Saturday, I'm going to do another stream, either with a flat earther or I'm just going to come on and talk about the alien shit because I find it really interesting. I would like a flat earther to come on and talk with me about the alien stuff and get their opinion on it. Maybe we'll see if Flatzoid's free. That could be fun. And by fun, I mean migraine-inducing, of course. And thank you, everyone, for an amazing show tonight. I've had a great time. I think it peaked about 600 people watching. And as always, stupid amount of support and super chats. It's absolutely amazing. Right, so there's been I've struggled with making new videos because I'm being very, very, very critical of myself, right? I hate my and I hated the new video that I've made, and it's literally taken me 6 months to make. I had a period of serious depression, and it stopped me making content, and I've been trying to get back into it, and I was doing an episode 1 remake, and I spent ages doing it, but then I fucking hated it, right? So, you know, I'm not going to release something that I'm not happy with. So I am kind of restarting the production of videos in a different way, and in August I'll be releasing new Flerfs Are Idiots videos. And I'm going to, for now, I'm going to ditch the remake because that's just held me back in my head for so long. Also, I'm going to be starting my fitness content in August to show what I'm doing at the gym every day, to show you my progress towards getting my leg amputated and everything, show you where these guns are actually coming from. Look at that, I can actually see bicep shape now. Yay! So I'm at the gym 6 days a week for a couple of hours a day, doing a lot of stuff to help build muscle in my right arm and my right leg, to help me for when I am having my left leg above the knee amputated. I also got to build a lot of muscle on my thigh, on my left leg, and as much muscle as I can on my left shoulder, which is already injured from the Navy. So I've been going to the gym 6 days a week, and I've kind of figured everything out now. So I'm going to take you guys through the journey of what I do. I'm going to show you the progress and some topless photos as well, so you can see me as I'm losing weight and hopefully getting stronger. And after, say, a month or so of posting that on my channel, I'm going to launch a new channel just for the shorts called Fight the Tight Shirt. Thank you very much, Mitchell. And I hope you guys enjoy that. It's going to be something different, and I think it's going to be easier for me. Also, me and Toon we're going to be doing a series of shorts going over the flatearth.ws stuff, but I need to talk to Toon about that so we can actually get it under a minute and get it right. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. That's what's coming up. Your support is amazing. I love every single one of you. And super chats. We got Dale McEwen, who became a new member. Thank you very much. Welcome to Scrappers, you fucking awesome person, you. Lovebot, who's been a member for 20 months, says, Craig, beep boop. Beep boop to you too. Oh, Tiny Captain, no, the OnlyFans is more than just topless. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, Eric. Eric Burns says, Fight the Tight Shirt would be a great workout shirt. Funny you should say that. Look out tomorrow for the launch of the new merch. And then we've got Carisso, $5 Australian, gave a bravo sticker. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. William Foley became a new member. Welcome to Scrappers, you fucking awesome person, you. Then we've got Warboss, my favourite orc, who says, for 10 Canadian dollars, of course, we are real. Get your act together, Yumis, and build some proper weapons. We orcs want a real crumpin'. No more flimsy gubsins. Show us what you got. Wah! Yeah. Guys, don't ever fight an orc, right? Because if you kill them, they just break up into spores. And the spores grow into mushrooms, and that makes more orcs. And the planet gets wiped out real quick. David Lee, $199, says, what does this genius think 2 points make? He didn't know the difference between a triangle and an angle. JSS Tiger for $5 says, it's like listening to a chimpanzee explaining celestial navigation. Chimpanzee might have got more right, if I'm honest. The Soldier, 99 cents, message retracted. Thank you very much for whatever that was. We've got Catliana Veren. Catliana Veren. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But thank you very much, because you just gifted me 50 memberships. If you became a member today, guys, and you didn't pay for it, then please say thank you to the lady that I've just completely ruined the name of. Thank you very much, Catliana. I really, really do appreciate it. Please tell me how to say your name properly, because I suck at that. Randomly Epic, who also gifted 5 memberships. So either Catliana or Randomly Epic are making new members today. The Soldier, 199, says, ask Johnny about volcanoes. It will shock you. I didn't want that much derp. It would have hurt. Q Continuum for €10 says, human interruptus is a special kind of human. Flerfs are a subset of that species. They can't listen to anyone, and everything they say is true, whilst not making sense and interrupt constantly. I mean, I can't argue with any of that. Catalina, is that right? Thank you. Bill Tetley, $5 says, happy birthday, Fight the Flat Shirt, you sexy beast. Here's a $5 for some birthday buds. Love you, bruv. No, I love you, Bill. Look out for your post relatively soon. Cameron Walker for $5 Canadian says, keep on, Craig. A drunken evening wouldn't be the same without your stream, man. Oh, thank you, Cameron. I love that you watch me whilst pissed. Lol Watt for $2 says, I didn't realise Craig was debating Jim Laddie. Damien McClagan became a new member. Welcome to Scrappers, you fucking awesome person, you. Mr. Loney, been a member for 7 months, says, I understand what you're saying, then goes on to clearly misunderstand what you're saying. Classic. Flat Earth is like a fine wine or a stinky cheese. More like stinky feet. Steve6464, member for 1 month, says, some Flerfs are pose. Look at you, Sin Cleanser. Yeah, normally if you can have a decent conversation with a Flat Earther, they're a fucking po. Todd Ferguson, Flerfment Supervisor, who's been a member for 3 months, says, the only way the world makes any sense is if Demok is the world's greatest absurdist comedian. No, he's, like I said, a faulty AI that I programmed because I don't know how to program AI. Mr. Zero for $5, math itself doesn't lie, the user does. Saying you added 2 million to your 50 bank account might be a lie in reality, but the math is still accurate. Yeah, because mathematical theorems are not mathematical proof. And then Randomly Epic gifted another 5 memberships. Thank you very fucking much. We got War Boss, $5 Canadian said, wait, why is there an orc in Canada? Shit. What? Did the Flerf just admit being wrong and bow down? Gork and Mork, we might need to celebrate this rare event. Get I'm a medal orc style. Yeah, no, orcs are smarter than Flerfs. PhD Tony for $5, the only real person in the world, says, solid work, Craig. Johnny's a sort of lost cause, but you found common ground with Flat Earth Egypt. Yeah, I tried. That was that was an interesting stream, and thank you very much for your help, Tony. I really do appreciate it. MB for £5 says, good grief, Flerfs are hard work, and some are excruciating. You're not fucking wrong. And then Randomly Epic gifted another 5 memberships. Dude, thank you very much. That makes 67 new members today. Incredible. Oh no, it's Andy for £2 says, you will bankrupt NASA changing the clone mold. Clone? A few people have talked about clones. I don't know. I'm not. Wait, I was in a vat, right? And I remember like a liquid, but I thought that was just a dream. Do I have a tattoo of a barcode on the back of my neck? Am I? I'm not. No, I'm not a clone. I'm not a clone. Am I? Shit. Fuck. MB's been a member for 4 months, says, happy birthday, Craigie. Thank you very much. I am 40 now. It was my birthday yesterday, and oh god, do I feel 75. Apparently I've got a serial number somewhere. I wonder what it was on the inside of my eyelid. Guys, thank you very much for tonight. It's been fantastic. I will see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, I guess the only question we should really ask is, could I pretend that airplanes are, you know, in the night sky are shooting stars? Like, you know?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hard burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognize the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the world of the youth. Spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault and knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit loop short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Here he goes. You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You've got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I writ up on your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you call a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sources unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with a vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Yeah, you dumb fucks. The Earth's not flat. Learn to tie your shoelaces without Velcro, and, you know, most importantly, remember that, you know, stupidity's not a right. Fight the flat Earth. Fight the flat, fight the flat, fight the flat, fight the flat, fight. I will see you tomorrow.